Ratatouille. You seen that movie? Ratatouille. Anton Ego. I remember that name because he has a caricature as his last name, which is a good thing to do. You know, I can't think of any other examples. Han Solo. He goes solo. You know, that's a good name. Walter White. He's crystal clear. Similar to meth. Shit. We can come up with more. Just might take too much time. Anyways, Ratatouille. He's like, at the end of it, they're like, you know, because he's a critic, you know. And he says, I'm looking for perspective. Yeah. So anyways, long story short, I think I've started to get some perspective looking at all these videos and my life and everything. And I realize how young I am. And it is really nice. I am so young. And I've always been kind of running away from that and living in it always, if that makes sense. And that's how I feel towards all these videos. I'm running away from it, and I'm also living in it always. And I think it's really nice to have such a young perspective on a lot of things. Because I don't feel like an idiot. I don't feel super young. Maybe that's a good way to put it. The things that we enjoy while we're young, I don't know why we stop enjoying them. Because to me, the only thing that's changed is me. But I look at all this stuff and I'm like, oh jeez, you sound like a child. You are a child. But what's so nice is I'm okay with that. I always look at all my old, like, you know, every video I've ever made, and it's all out there. You can find all of it, and I'm always like, oh, should I get rid of that or not have that or not show that or not? All of it's me, and all of it's my life. Growing up, making stupid videos, good videos, bad videos, all of it. And I just keep doing it. And I don't really stop to question whether or not... Well, that's not true. I stop to question whether or not it's good or enjoyable all the time. Always. Because I've looked back at some of this and I'm just like, well, this is boring, dense, and thick. But I'm so young. I have so much more time to do whatever I want, for whatever reason I want. And I've realized with all this, it's okay. And in a lot of ways, it's preferable, and it's amazing, and it's better, because most people I hang out with are older. Everyone I've worked with has always been older. Most of my drive comes from older people. I just enjoy being around, I guess, older people. And I don't like telling them my age, because they're like, oh my god, really? You don't seem like you're 26. Yeah, I thought you were like 34, 35. One of my students one day told me they thought I was 42. Now, they're middle schoolers, they don't know anything. But I'm just so happy to be young. Especially now. Because I feel I feel like I've dealt with some shit already, and I'm not gonna play that game where I'm like, it's not gonna get worse than this. I've done that in a bunch of other videos, and I'll probably continue to do that without thinking about it, but will get way worse. Anything could happen. My life could be just a bunch of events that get completely worse from here on out. But I have so much time to figure it all out. And because I am young, I also just want to enjoy all the time that I have to figure it out. And I think that's why it's so hard for people in general, is that they forget that it's like, there's no time limit or like end goal. You're just trying to be happy and enjoy life, and well, in a lot of ways, I think of it as I want to impact others. I want to have a good time. I want to have a positive effect on most of the people in my life. Most of the people. There are some people I want to have a very negative effect on. No, I want to have a positive effect on everybody in my life. But I can't do that until I have a bunch more positive effects on my own life. Because I feel older and I want to continue to grow and be more mature. But I don't ever want to stop feeling young, which is really cheesy. But if you've made it this far, you realize how cheesy I really am. It's one of the things that's young about me, and I plan to keep it that way. It's important to feel young and to be around people that make you feel young, and to have a good image regardless of your actual age as to what you have to offer and what the world and the ones around you have to offer you in return. Because once you start feeling old, and once you stop enjoying all the things that used to make you happy as a kid, because you just find replacements for that as an adult. Oh, well, I can't do that. I can't do that. Why would... Oh, no. I'm an adult. I can't do that. It just starts tearing away at you. That's why I love improv. It's because it's play. And it's teaching people, regardless of age, how to play. And that's all I feel like I've done my whole life. And I get a lot of feedback of like, people just not taking me seriously. My whole life I've dealt with that. People not taking me seriously. And now, I'm like, it doesn't matter how other people take you. Take yourself seriously. And I've already figured that out. I'm going to take myself seriously. Part of that comes with realizing how young, corny, and cheesy you do sound. And how just over the top some of it can be. But also it's like, it doesn't mean that it's all for naught. I look back at my old videos and I'm like, yeah, they're kind of silly now, but they were amazing when I did it. The experience that I had making them was amazing. The fun that came with it was amazing. The childlike wonderment of putting something together like that was amazing. And so I just want to keep doing stuff like that. And I don't think that you're young should ever be an excuse as to why your life is not good. I don't want to hear that shit. Because I've made decisions that have made me look foolish and young and childlike and stupid. But I wouldn't take anything back. And I'm grateful for every decision I've made. And I'm to the point where I realize that it just doesn't matter. What matters is my happiness and how I view myself and how I affect the people around me. And if I lose a little bit of respect because I'm young, or because I'm silly, or because whatever, doesn't matter. Because in time, when I'm old, I'll still have that same view. And I'll still be young.